Niko Bellic from GTA 4. We're gonna get ready to shade some of this. We're gonna use copic markers. So we're gonna start with some skin tone. Start with some lights. This EO2. So right here I'm just doing some light strokes, trying to blend it out. I don't want to go too heavy with the markers, so just kind of blend out as you're doing the stroke. You're almost lifting up, kind of just doing a little fade out. So I'm still hitting it with this EO2, and just gonna continue from the outside, work my way in, and try to leave some of these white areas for the cheekbone where the light would normally hit it. As you can see here, let me zoom in real quick. These are the ones I'm talking about, right here, right here. So we relieve those a little bit lighter and try to hit it with darker areas around underneath. Move on to the E11 and E31. First one was EO2. So with the E11, kind of just pick and choose where the, well, not actually pick, but you have to just kind of go with your reference picture and I guess pay attention to where the darker areas would be at. Let me try to zoom this one in. So right underneath the cheek right here would be darker, underneath the eye. Then there's some small details in there, but it's like the under eyelid, and the shade kind of goes from dark, fades out this way, kind of creating a little bump right here. So I'm gonna have to do that to this, come in dark, kind of fade it out, leaving the little bump there. So you have to just keep on going back and forth with your reference and then apply it here to your actual drawing. So I'm gonna jump into E31. Back then when I used to first draw with markers, I would start with the darker values and then work my way into light, which is okay. That's a good way to practice too. But with these markers, it's better to start off with the lighter marker and then slowly work your ways up with darker values to create the effect of dark to light. So that being said, using lighter colors, you kind of want to leave the lighter areas where the light hits. That would be your highlight, and work your way out with darker values as I'm doing here. I had a art teacher back in the day. When I would start painting with oil paintings, he would ask me, why are you choosing the blacks first? I guess I wanted to work the darker values where, I guess for me, looking at a picture, you would, well, I would choose the darker areas and start working on all the darker areas first, kind of like the eyes, the eyebrows here, maybe some of the hair, the hairlines here. So I worked from dark to light, and he's like, why are you choosing dark? And then not only dark, I was choosing black. So he was like, why are you going with the black to start off with? And I remember thinking, well, that's a good question. It's just the way I guess I picked it up in my head to where I saw something. And you know, usually when you're drawing, you're either copying or trying to, you know, copy an image, so you're either tracing and then coloring. So anyways, that's just how I pictured it working in my head. I was like, okay, I'm gonna choose a black and work my way into the lighter colors. And he kind of corrected me and said, you're supposed to not go with black. Black's supposed to be one of your finishing colors, as far as the last things to do with details, eyebrows, and you know, the little details you want to work here and there. The last one would be the highlights. So if you have like a highlighter, you know, do final touches of white where naturally the light would hit. So that would be your highlights with the, you know, white marker, white highlighter. For me, I try to leave the white areas where are going to be lighter for them to have the natural paper color, which is white. So going back to the story, was that I quickly learned after I talked to my former teacher. His name was Vasquez. So after that point, I'll never forget, you know, the first time he told me, hey, you know, don't start off with your blacks. Or he kind of questioned, like, why are you working with your blacks first? I was like, well, that's how I pictured, you know, working. I really didn't have any answer besides that. So it's cool now, you know, that I'm doing short videos like this, and I'm able to kind of reminisce about, you know, little techniques and stuff that I have to give credit to my art teachers, because, you know, they had patience on teaching me, you know, simple things like shading values and, you know, perspective. And so yeah, that's helped out a lot, especially now since rarely get time to draw or paint, being busy with work and stuff. But hopefully this could be a nice video tutorial for you guys to see. Hopefully you guys stick around. I'm gonna cut this video short just so you guys can hopefully get through watching this whole video, and stay tuned if you guys want to continue watching me draw this or not draw, fill and coloring this Niko Bellic portrait. Thank you for watching.